All right, hey, Ryan, Combat Off-Road, back in the garage, just because you can. So you can do all our stuff with hand tools. Today we're gonna do the installation instructions for the JK rear fender. That's part number 15-1079. I got a lot ready for you, but we'll walk through the steps, tools needed, and everything you'll need to know to put these super cool aluminum fenders on. So thickest top plate, tube wall. It's got our trademark logo that unbolts just like all our other fenders. You got nice TIG welds in there. So yeah, so let's get to it. Okay, so tools needed for the 15-1079, which is a rear aluminum fender for our JK. So not a lot of tools are needed. You're gonna have, if you have the 8mm Allens, you're gonna have 3/16 Allen key. If you end up having the 6mm Allens, you're gonna have the 5/32 Allen key. But for ours and the ones we have right now, it's gonna be our 8mm M8s here. So we're gonna use our 3/16 Allen. You're gonna need a 7/16 drill bit. We have these super cool ones from CanCut. These are a driver bit, so runs in a driver. I like this a lot. But a normal drill and drill bit works just fine. Just today we're going to use this. And we have a nut insert tool provided. It's pretty basic, still gets the job done. But if you guys had a little more abilities to grab one of these guys, we're going to use this nut insert tool. So basically, if you have the 8mm, the M8, make sure the M8 kit is in your nut insert tool. If not, this would be an M6. And you just change this out for M6. So that's pretty much all the tools we're gonna need to put the fender on. So yeah, let me show you how that works and we'll go through the steps. All right, so step one is remove whatever fender you have, or OEM fender. So I've actually owned this Jeep since 2012, so it's had like numerous fenders on it, so, and numerous holes and all those things. So we're ready to go. So step one is remove the fender, get everything clear, ready to go, so we can start putting the nut inserts in. All right, so step two, we got our fender off. I got a lot of nut inserts in here, but I'm gonna do one for you. So if you have the M6, I'm just gonna show you. So some of our have changed over the years. I'm just doing this for all the ones that you could potentially get. So if you had M6, OEM hole will fit the M6. So all you're doing with the nut insert, it's ready to go, okay? You just tap it in if it's a little snug, right? So M6 hole works, right? But if you have the M8s, just a little bigger, right? So obviously that doesn't fit. So you're gonna take your 7/16 drill. We're just gonna do this really quick because this is an M6 hole. We have M8s, we're gonna move it up. So it's really easy. So that's it. There's not much to it. Really, really easy drill. So if you're moving up to M8, you can do all 8 holes. So you're gonna open up with the 7/16 drill the holes, and then we're gonna move on to the nut insert tool. All right, we're on to step three. Step three for us, we had the 8mm M8 nut insert. We opened it up with the 3/16 hole in the last step. So now we're gonna make sure we have our nut insert tool. I always just flange it all the way out. I grab the nut insert, throw it around, make sure it's ready to go. So I bottom it out on the tool. This is all ready to go. I mean, if you don't know how to use one of these, there's a billion videos, but this is really the gist of it. So all I like to do is I like to line it up, push it in the hole. I push forward with my weight. At the same time, I'm making sure it's steady and I'm collapsing that. And I'm letting go, and that's the nut insert installed. So then you just kind of back that guy out. And that's it. They're really easy to work with. Nut inserts are probably one of the coolest little inventions. So you go along and do all your holes, right? So you can see the holes, oops, along the profile here. So that's where we're putting the nut inserts. That's where all these guys are already in. There might be a couple extra on my Jeep because we've had different fenders on this a whole bunch of times. And it's been really good to us for doing these types of videos. So we tested lots of stuff on it. But anyways, you want to match the nutsert amount to the holes. This is 8. Put 8 nutserts in. Like I said, if you had the M6, the OE holes are M6. So there's no drilling required, only for M8. So we'll move on to the next step. Okay, we're on to step 4. Step 4 is super easy. You're going to get your M8 or M6 bolt with the flat washer. Like I said, we're using M8s. And all you want to do is just pick one that's easy for you to get to. All we're going to do is just kind of throw a couple of these on by hand really quick. So don't worry if you don't have a friend, the tire helps. So I would just pick a spot that's easy to get to. I would start lining up the other ones. You can see it's kind of already sitting there nice. So basically all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the rest by hand and just make sure they all fit their slots. You can move it, manipulate a little bit, make sure they're all in the holes. And then I'm going to move on to the next step. So this step is just locating them, getting a couple on there, putting them all in by hand, and then just lightly snugging them up. And then we'll move on to the final step. Okay, so there you have it. 15-1079 is going to be our aluminum fender. All snugged up, ready to go, tight to the body. Everything fits, looks good. Lots of wheel well clearance there. Very easy installation. Matches the front now and the doors. Very cool. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Anything else, just let us know. But yeah, that's how easy it is to install these fenders.